Netanyahu announces plan to change Israel's multi-party system. Prominent lawyer goes on offensive amid sex allegations. Jerusalem prepares for expected snowstorm. And runaway emu sprints along Herzliya Highway. Shalom and welcome to the Jerusalem Post News. The top stories for January 6th. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced last night a plan that would revolutionize Israel's multi-party political system and change it to a two-party system.
מדינת ישראל קיימת 66 שנים. בזמן הזה התחלפו 33 ממשלות. וזה גובה מאיתנו מחיר עצום של עשרות מיליארדים. אני מתכוון למחיר עצום שהמשק משלם על חוסר היציבות של השיטה הפוליטית, והאזרחים משלמים על סחטנות קואליציונית, על בזבוז, על שיתוק מערכות. אני מאמין שחובה לשנות את זה. אני מאמין שאפשר לשנות את זה. ואני מאמין שבעזרתכם נשנה את זה. לכן אנחנו הולכים על מהלך דרמטי שישנה את פני המדינה. ב100 הימים הראשונים של הכנסת הבאה נחוקק חוק שמבטיח את שינוי שיטת הממשל בישראל.
We now have our chief political correspondent Gil Hoffman on the line. Gil, should we be taking this seriously or is it just a pre-election stunt?
On the one hand, you have to take it seriously when the Prime Minister of Israel unveils a plan to change the electoral system completely. On the other hand, you have to keep in mind that it takes a number of parties working together with him. And so he would have to form a very stable coalition and have all the parties in the coalition committed to this idea of adopting a two-party system in order to really implement it. And it's going to be a very tough sell.
Thanks, Gil. Prominent Jewish American attorney Alan Dershowitz has vehemently denied sexual abuse allegations and has lashed out against his accusers. Dershowitz has been accused of engaging in sexual relations with a young woman employed by former client Jeffrey Epstein.
You can't imagine the joy the anti-Semites have. I'm getting emails every single hour from anti-Semites saying, see, we always knew the Jews ran the sex slavery business. We always knew that Jews in Israel are responsible for all the evils of the world. I have gotten more anti-Semitic, more anti-Israel mail because I represent not only myself, but I represent the values that I have stood for 50 years. And this is a direct attack on my values, which is why I have to defend it so vigorously. I will not stop until every reasonable person in the world knows not only that I am entirely innocent, but that Paul Cassell and Brad Edwards are guilty and pay a heavy price for their guilt.
In an effort to avert a repeat of Jerusalem's disastrous handling of last year's winter storm, police announced yesterday that major roads leading to the city may be closed ahead of an expected blizzard. Last year's storm stranded thousands of drivers and nearly shut down the capital for a week. As officials made efforts to be better prepared this time round, JPost TV caught up with some of the residents and tourists to see how they were getting ready for the expected storm.
I don't know. I guess I'm excited to see what snow would be like in Israel.
I'm sort of nervous because I'm supposed to go on a trip with my friends and I don't know if we'll make it to the airport.
Not planning a trip to Italy. I'm super excited. I would love if it snowed. I'm not from here. I'm just here for the year, and where I'm from, it snows all the time, and I think snow is like the greatest thing ever, and I also think it would be hilarious to see like all of Jerusalem shut down over like a tiny bit of snow.
And Israeli drivers on a highway in Herzliya were given quite a shock when an emu joined them on the road. The giant bird, who was thought to have escaped from a nearby farm, sprinted alongside cars on Sunday morning. Concerned onlookers and municipality workers who were called to the site managed to capture the bird near one of the city's main shopping malls. The bird was then returned safely to his owners. And that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with more news from Israel. Until then, shalom from the Jerusalem Post studios.